How many people here, by round of applause, ever do mushrooms? Oh, wow. A bunch of you. That's cool. How many people do not do it? Or acid or any sort of psychedelic? A few? Fucking my crowd. I love it. Yeah, those are all hippies.
Welcome to Something Crunchy, the Valley's #1 comedy entertainment podcast. Biscuit is homies with Blake. Blake is the older brother of Blair, and Blair is married to Biscuit. Here are your hosts, Colin Blake with Blair and Tyler Dressel.
All right. Welcome to Something Crunchy. I'm Colin Blake. With me, as always, Tyler Dressel. Thank you for joining us by way of 97.3 The Rattler, or wherever you get your podcast. We have an incredibly crunchy guest joining us tonight. He's an actor, producer, podcaster, and stand-up comedian who you've seen in comedy specials, Jew, Paying Regular, and Double Negative. He's the host of Skeptic Tank, and This Is Not Happening, and he'll be back in the Valley at Tempe Improv on Thursday, December 14th through the 16th. Please welcome Ari Shaffir.
Sweet intro, dude. Nailed it.
Thank you, Ari. Appreciate it. Excited to have you on, man. How have you been?
I've been great. You know, I'm on the hunt for great intros all over the country, and that was in the running.
Yeah,
dude. One take Blake, we call him.
Big praise. I do appreciate that. Have you recuperated from your drinking challenge with Shane?
Oh,
How's the hangover?
Still think about it. It was terrible.
What were you thinking, man?
It was a fool's errand. I don't know. I said it the day before. I was like, I'm gonna try to keep up with you tomorrow with beers. And he's like, are you kidding me? I'll pair you. I'm like, all right, I'll go every other beer with you. And he goes, oh, you're just gonna puss out immediately? Like literally 10 seconds after you made the clave, you're gonna cut it in half? And I was like, all right. And then, dude, as soon as I cracked the first beer, I did it before he did, and then I side-eyed him, and he was just like, what are you doing? and he just took it like seriously.
What was the final tally?
I think I had about 14, and he got, I think, to 18.
Man.
But also keep in mind, my record was probably like 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, not on my best day. 14.
I couldn't drink 14 of anything.
Yeah, I was doubling up when I went to the bathroom. I was making myself throw up, anorexic style, bulimic style. Excuse me, anorexics. The barfing and coming back in, barfing multiple times.
Wait, so the puke and rally was allowed?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't tell them. But
smoking beers, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I just wipe, you wipe it off, see you had a good cry in the bathroom. That's why your eyes are like that, and you just get back in there. And then eventually I couldn't rally anymore.
Well, you're on your wrong side of history tour, coming back to the desert at Tempe Improv, Thursday the 14th through the 16th. And then if your shots are up to date, one night in Tucson on Sunday.
First time in Tucson. Never been there, don't know what to expect.
The dirty tea. You're going to love it.
Is that AU? That's AU, right?
AU.
U of A.
U of A.
Oh, sorry.
There's a line of supremacy in the West where LA feels superior, looks down on Phoenix. Phoenix talks shit and looks down on Tucson. And Tucson looks down on that crusty glory hole in the truck stop off the 10.
Yeah.
Tucson is our District 12.
Dude, I love Arizona, though. Me and my buddy went to an ASU, frat party once. Me and Renazisi and our buddy Rick Ingram, too. We're all three were opening up for Pauly Shore out there. And we're in there having a good time, playing beer pong. Steve's cheating, not drinking stuff on purpose. And now we're starting to lap people because they're getting drunk. We want to get on that wall of fame or whatever this frat is. And then the cops come in, and they just raid the place because it was too loud and everybody's underage. And I mean, we dove behind a bed. We're sitting there, and they're like, "Get out of here, everybody, get out of here!" And me and Steve were just looking at each other. And I don't know which one of us. I think he was like, "Ari, we're 38. We're not doing anything illegal." And I was like, oh yeah, you're right. We just got up.
Your instinct is to get up and bail.
Yeah, we're allowed to drink in a house. We're like, oh yeah, we didn't buy it for them.
Oh, yeah. Will you be back home for the holidays? Are you still back and forth, or are you in New York full time?
Just New York full time. I'm done with LA.
Done with LA.
Too janky.
Too janky. All right, so you're East Village.
Somebody
right?
actually called it New Phoenix. I heard it referred to.
New Phoenix. Really?
Yeah. So that means you guys are one up. You guys are 7 above.
They are coming over here every day. We had over 3 million people come over in the last 3 months, I think. It's been in record droves from California.
From California.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh boy.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, they're all leaving, and but the problem is they don't leave LA behind. They take it with them and infect a new place.
Yeah.
Ew,
You know, they're like AIDS blood. You know,
Yeah.
you can't just take out a little bit. You don't leave the AIDS. You bring in the AIDS with you and infecting wherever you go.
it's true. They don't see what they
Yeah.
don't like about there and like, okay, let's get a fresh start somewhere different. They're like, let's take everything we don't like here, move it somewhere else.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh, we'll have the same dumb fucking built on nothing stores and restaurants, but then we'll just like make it happen somewhere quaint. They ruined Austin. They ruined. Dude, I've been to multiple places around the country. You're like, please don't tell anyone from Los Angeles. And it's like, all right, loud and clear. I get it.
Loud and clear.
In New Orleans, they're like, all they do is they watch us having like parades, and then they don't join in. And they're like, hey, if you guys want to live here, come with us. Why'd you move?
Walk the streets with the rest of us. Come on.
Yeah, if you're gonna move to Phoenix, do some meth on a weekday.
Yeah.
Right?
Hang out at 27th Avenue and Indian School for a weekday, like for a little bit.
Yeah, have some fun, bro.
You can't call yourself a Phoenician until you've done some meth under a bridge.
Yep.
That name Phoenician is so far above the class level you guys have.
We are undeserving of how cool that sounds. But let me tell you,
just
I
hit
try
me
to
now.
slip it in as often as I can in a very
You
organic
should.
way.
You should fight back. As I heard, I was like, because I was just thinking about the meth, and then you say Phoenician, and I'm like, wow, that does not belong.
You're a big advocate for psychedelics. We like that about you, Ari. Have you taken any good trips lately?
Let me see. Yeah, I took some acid. I was in okay, here's the benefit and the problem with acid. The benefit is you can really take it with you wherever you go and have it just in case. It really fits in between two credit cards pretty easily.
Does.
Nice.
You know, and no one's going to look for it. There's no drug dogs are smelling for it. And I've been in the position too before where you're like, oh shit, I need some acid or mushrooms. I don't have any. What? I'm not a child. I should know this by now. You know, and then usually you find it, but it's hard. So just have some with you. So I had to hit acid. We're going to these cenotes in Mexico, and I'm like, well, this is the spot. I mean, I should do it here. These weird underground like lakes. But then the problem is, you don't have six. You have six people, but you don't take 6 hits of acid with you. So then you just got to keep your mouth shut. You just got to like not tell anyone.
It's just a
'cause they'll
solo
try to
trip.
Split it up.
Right.
And then
Yeah,
you
it's
got
a
to
solo trip.
maintain
Have a
the
good
whole
time.
time.
You can't do that.
Got to maintain and never let on. Anytime you're taking any psychedelics in public, don't say, hey, I'm on mushrooms. It just, everyone's going to stare at you.
Yeah.
Just go about your day and just have them say you were weird yesterday.
Man,
You were really weird yesterday. Hey, thanks.
Yeah.
only
Yeah,
done LSD in
exactly.
public once or twice, and that alone is it's the craziest experience. I've never done it by myself and not told everyone I'm with. That's pretty wild. You could pull that off. I just couldn't pull that off for 10 minutes.
The real heads know about it. I was in Hong Kong on some junk boat with all the comics out there, and I was just like laying my back in the water and just like staring up. And then one of the real drug addicts out there was like, she goes, you want something? I was like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I didn't have enough for everybody. I only had one hit. She's like, no, it's okay. You just look weird.
Thanks.
Yeah, but you could spot it.
Do you get into the DMT at all, or mainly just the LSD and the
I'd like
fungus?
to more. Do you guys?
A little bit. I've tried the DMT pen. I did some toad once, but it didn't really work well. Like I didn't get there.
Yeah, I didn't get there with DMT.
Yeah, I've tried it twice and didn't get there. I have with LSD and taken a bunch of shrooms. I actually had a Sonoran desert toad, squeezed all his nodes one night, collected the jizz, froze it, scraped it, smoked it. Nothing.
Oh,
Whoa.
It was
Really?
it was a disappointment.
you got a Reggie toad. That sucks.
Especially with all the squeezing and popping. I cared for that frog. He didn't really like that.
Damn, that sucks, dude. That really sucks. I'm sorry.
It did for all the effort, but
I chewed on
Yeah.
a DMT pen for about 2 hours one night, just like only inhaling DMT and only exhaling the universe. And it was nice. Yeah, I was able to time travel for a while. And
Really?
yeah, we could go back and see the pyramids being built and go into the future and see where society is going. It was pretty cool.
Who built him? Was it the Jews?
It's hard to tell by looking at them.
Oh, yeah.
Not the
Yeah,
Jews.
They all kind of look the same out there. Yeah. Yeah, the ones with the glasses. That was weird now.
Well, Ari, because you have this reputation for being the guy people want to party with, do fans like to give you random things to try? Anything sketchy?
Yeah, dude, it's the fucking best.
Yeah, right.
I mean, not
The best.
sketchy. The problem is when they tell you what it is, and then you're like, sweet, you put it in your pocket and forget about it, and then like some period of time later, a day, fine, I remember, but like a month. I just found 2 edibles in my pocket like a few days ago. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't remember the milligrams on this. So
could be anything.
it was like,
Love
yeah,
that.
it could be anything. It was
Edible
a long
roulette.
time I would have, but I'm in New York, so I just passed a homeless guy, and I was like, do you want to try you want some edibles? I have no idea how strong they are, and they were like, yeah.
Yeah.
So just make their day.
You've done the shaman thing for others. Is this mainly like just for shrooms, or is this like the full-on explosive diarrhea tea?
No, I mean, I've helped people through mushrooms and stuff. I do get a lot of comics like, I want to do mushrooms with you. I want to try mushrooms, and I want you to do it or be there with me. And I'm like, I don't want to be with a fucking new mushroom head.
Yeah, that
You
could
guys
go
suck.
either way.
So much charity and like babysitting.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
Just
babysitting.
annoying.
It just
Yeah,
takes a
it's
lot
like,
of
do it by
energy,
yourself.
and it takes you out of your experience to kind of focus on someone else's.
Exactly. Like if you guys get a house, I'll sit there and be the guy, but I'm not doing it with you. Catch up. It's like drinking with someone for the first time. It's like, ugh, you're not gonna be good. You're not gonna be good at this.
You're gonna puke in an hour.
You're not going to be
like,
good at
Yeah,
this.
exactly.
Just saw your salvia experience going around online.
Yeah, it was.
well,
The way I did it was I smoked almost enough to get there, and then smoked what would have been enough to get there alone. But I was already on the precipice,
Okay.
And
And then you pushed
so then
through.
it was just like overdrive. It was just like to another place. It was just gone. It was crazy. It was just gone.
Was that store-bought stuff? Was that like out of a head shop?
Yeah. It's back. I don't know if it's still legal. I don't remember them ever making it illegal, but I remember when it was around in like 2007, 8, that around time, 6. It was like maybe 8 or 9 actually. But I was like, this is gonna be illegal as soon as the senators find out about it.
Right.
They just don't know about it enough to like make a law. But you're getting effed up.
Yeah,
So-
I tried it back in probably 2007. Bought a little.
Yeah, that's when it was big for a while. It went away in terms of popularity. How
Yeah.
come?
I don't know. Well,
dirty.
probably
It's
because
very dirty.
yeah, and if you
It
you
is
take
dirty.
one rip of it, you're like, okay, I'm done. Like that's not one of
Yeah.
those things that you could just like go through an ounce in a day because you like to sit on the couch.
Yeah, you can't exactly can't be an addict on it.
No, that's like
You know?
you buy an
Yeah.
eighth, you're good for about a year.
Something
Mhm.
you find in your closet 6 months later.
Have one
you're like,
party.
what is this shit?
Or, yeah, you give it to people. You're like you give it
Mhm.
to other people to make yourself laugh.
They had some video of a guy does salvia and drives a car, and it's him in his car does salvia, and then he like starts the car, and then he just passes out, doesn't move.
I felt like I was just trying to peel myself off the ground for 10 minutes. Like I was like, there's no
Yeah.
way that this should be legal. I can't even get my head off the ground.
So like, I know you felt like you were in another realm. You were underwater. You had
I felt like I was living underwater for a while.
for like months with like a family and kids. And
Yeah. I had a whole family. It was kind of like what's that Kevin Costner movie where he becomes a Native American?
Oh, Dances with Wolves.
Dansville, it was like that. Like I was taken in by these people. I was kind of one of them. Eventually, I became just one of them, one of the fish. So I had a fish wife, I had fish friends, and a fish job.
Nice.
Fish jar.
And then, like, yeah, I did the math once. I think it's either 6 years, six months, or like 3 years, somewhere between there. It's tough to know. And then one day you're just doing your fish routine, and I swam up to like the edge of the pond I was in, the lake I was in, and I just saw like a man standing up and outside of it. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And then it's like a dude, and it was Sam Tripoli who was in that room with me.
Oh.
And I was like, what the fuck? And it was just me coming back and sort of seeing him, and then like I was sort of back, but I was like, flopping around like a fish. I didn't suddenly become a person. They gave me some water to drink, and I started drinking. I just spit it up. So I'm like, you're supposed to breathe this. You're not supposed to drink it. You're supposed to breathe it. So I was like, I can't breathe this. So I just like spit up water all over myself. And then I was like fighting them. They were trying to hold me down. But by the way, anytime somebody's on any sort of drug like that, don't confine them.
The worst thing you
That's
can
not the
do.
thing.
No.
Yeah,
It's
'cause
like,
you just want to like get out of it more.
Yeah, you got to let them be free range.
Yeah, it's like, don't worry, we're not going to hold you. Let's just talk though.
yeah,
It's like,
you want to be
like-
feral when you're.
Have you ever
Yes,
had
exactly.
any of these experiences through like meditation or things other than psychedelics?
Well, I'll tell you what. I heard music once in a while. If it takes me back to a place of the type of music, but that I've been on Molly on. But like, somebody said that there's a metaphor for it. It's like you're out in your room, you're out in your house somewhere, and then like a big mansion, and you hear a ringing at the door. Somebody brings the door bell, and you get your butler to go over there and open up the door. This is a rich guy who told me, and get your butler to open up the door for you. Or you can figure out a way to open up the door yourself, to get up and open up the door yourself.
Yeah.
And meditation is you getting up and opening yourself.
Right.
And when I heard that, I was like, yeah, but I'd rather have a butler do it.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, it's just way easier than opening it yourself.
Why
just
even have
let
a butler?
the guy do it. Yeah, just eat some mushrooms and do it. What do we have? Meditate for 6 hours to get there a little bit?
Well, it's just
they're $30.
$30, I'll have you there in 30 minutes.
But the meditation's free, and you can be in and out in 15 minutes, and it feels just like a lifetime.
Breathing techniques.
No, I got some follow-up questions on the salvia fish story. So, like, first of all, I know that it felt like 6 months to 3 years, but how long was it in real time?
Oh, about 10 minutes till I was back to seeing him again, and then another 5-6 minutes of just flopping around. Before I was like, oh,
Fish-like activities.
Fish-like activities. Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, 10 minutes tops, 12 minutes tops.
Fish out of water. Okay, do you think you got any kind of glimpse into a parallel universe that is happening at the same time? Or maybe even like Family Man style, where you got a glimpse into something that could have been or that isn't there?
Damn. Not there. Maybe on ayahuasca, but not there. Not on that. I think it was just like this thing. Everybody sees yellow. Everybody sees like, everybody hits the floor.
Yeah.
On ayahuasca. I mean, on salvia. So I don't know. It wasn't like a parallel universe. It was just like another part of the world. It's like Atlantis.
Gotcha.
Like a dream state. Could have been anything.
But real. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it wasn't real. It wasn't like that. I've been in places where I'm like, I mean, I know it's not real, but it sure felt real.
Yeah,
when I came back from this, it felt like, okay, I guess it wasn't real, but it was like a dream when you wake up. You're like, damn, that felt really real though.
Ayahuasca. Now that's the like explosive diarrhea, crying for hour stuff. That's where you. That's where you need the like guided experience.
Yeah.
Similar.
Playing the drums.
Is it similar in experience to the other stuff?
No, it's closer to mushrooms.
Really?
Yeah, it's like you see some stuff a little bit. You get some feelings of like, like seeing the world without like ego, I guess. You just like see it for what it is and see yourself for what you are.
Right.
But you really know yourself. So it's not like you're getting a half story on somebody. You know the whole story. And then you just like, you forgive yourself for things. You're like, everybody does this. Don't worry about it. Or like, hey, don't do that anymore. That's shitty. You know other people that do that. It's shitty. Don't do it. Whatever it is, but you can just like, you don't care, you don't like try to defend an opinion. You're just like looking at everything. And then just like, so there's a little bit of visuals and then it's just a lot of mental stuff. And that's what the crying is. And then luckily the diarrhea, the projectile diarrhea, that was my biggest fear.
It's everybody's biggest fear. It's just all part of the process.
Yeah. There's a lot of barfing for sure, but not the diarrhea. I kept that all in. I was glad.
I used to prefer LSD to shrooms. I don't know why it had kind of like a cleaner feeling, and
I just swapped.
Yeah, it was just more kind of consistent, and you swapped, and you're kind of more on that. You're feeling that too.
More on the acid trade.
Yeah.
Acid
train.
I went from mushrooms to acid.
Never done it. Never done acid, but the mushrooms. Yeah, I agree. They make me feel like I've been poisoned.
Yeah,
you just feel like a mushroom. It's like, blah,
you do.
But acid's crisp.
Acid is very crisp. It's hard to describe, but I can only say it's similar to shrooms, but it's a cleaner feeling. It feels almost more pure, even though it's chemical.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You don't have a weird, shitty taste. You don't have this like weird come on. Where with shrooms, you don't. Every time it's a little bit different. The strength are a little bit different. Yeah. It's hard to gauge, your dosage.
And also, even the same shroom, it's like everybody.
It's true.
It's like it's up to the shrooms. Whereas acid, it's like they decided for you.
They decided for you, and it's very, very cut and dry, very clean feeling experience. I always use that adjective as clean. I don't know why, but in comparison to shrooms, that's like the only way I could describe it.
Shrooms is Pandora on Spotify.
There it is. That's the analogy I was looking for. All right. How do we sign up for the guided Ari experience? I'm due for a cleansing. Is that Shroom Fest?
Yourself.
Is that Shroom Fest?
That's not with me. That's just everybody does it. It's just
Okay. Okay.
So do it.
That's cool. That was a cool idea.
Yeah, we did it with my friends. And like, let's do it again next year. And then it was like, let's just tell everybody to do it.
Yeah.
And then people start going like, well, I have school on Monday. You can't do it. Comics all want to do it on Monday because it's our deadest day.
Right.
People are like, I want to join. I have school. I'm like, all right, well, let's do it the whole weekend. Let's do it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Just any point during that.
Holiday weekend.
Dude.
Come on.
Only bad experience I've ever had was shrooming 2 nights in a row.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like only
What?
bad trip
Oh, really?
I've ever had. Yeah. Just because I went
Damn.
back to back. I guess I didn't have the serotonin for it. I don't know.
You ever had?
Oh, maybe that.
Have you had many bad trips? Sorry.
Not really, buddy. I've been pretty lucky.
That's cool.
Yeah, me and Pete Holmes used to talk about it, where we like almost didn't believe in it. You know, the way people who don't have protected sex don't believe in herpes.
Sure.
They're like, I would have got it by now if it was real, or they feel like they're immune somehow. And then he goes, hey, I had my first bad trip, and I was like, whoa. And he told me about it. He goes, it wasn't that bad. It was just like negative, but it wasn't like the whole trip was pretty good. Just like for an hour there was pretty rocky.
Yeah. I've
But
had some bad
no,
ones
never
on
really.
on
Really?
DMT pens. Yeah, like after that one night where I went super deep, I had a whole other one, and I tried to go deep again, and I ended up in the cold, dark place, and I couldn't stop shivering and like the void. So that was the darkest one I ever had. But yeah, now every time I try to do DMT, that's what happens. I go back to the void.
Wow.
Yeah, so
I need to give DMT another chance. I could void out for a minute.
But, every time I come back, it's always the same thing. I felt like I just returned from a 2-week vacation, and I don't remember what my house looks like, and it's like, wow, this place is fucking sweet.
Worn out.
Worn out.
It's kind of, yeah.
No, I'm refreshed. It's just like, I forgot everything that I was dealing with.
See,
and-
like that's what I need. I just need a little
yeah,
vacation without going
exactly.
anywhere.
yeah, a 10-minute 2-week vacation.
Love that. Go fish out
Yeah.
for a while.
But it's like when you get back from vacation, you're just kind of like worn out a little bit. Refreshed, but like,
No, you do. You need-
rejuvenated, but also like,
You need recovery time.
But for me, it really just like makes me appreciate what I have in the now. Like enough time for me to forget what I have achieved, and then I come back and I'm like, oh yeah, this life is pretty sweet.
yeah, exactly. Just appreciate it and
New
then head back to
appreciation.
your
Yeah.
fucking life.
Ari, what's one substance that you've had and don't ever plan to do again?
I mean, salvia, I never did it again. man.
That's it.
It's just dirty. It's so fucking dirty.
I
don't know,
didn't
I can't
either.
explain it. It's just like dirty.
It's weird.
What do you like to do when you're in the Phoenix area?
Go hiking. Enjoy that.
Oh, you'll go do Camelback?
Yeah, I have done Camelback. Yeah, lots of times. And then, well, A Mountain's easy, but it's in Tempe. But like, yeah, Camelback's fun. I tried to take one of my fat friends up there one time. She was like, "No fucking way, you're out of your mind." Yeah, she was wearing like walking shoes, like not even like hiking shoes. I was like, "Yeah, you're not equipped to this."
No.
We just be passing people. It was Agent Appaloosa. We passing people on the way down. I'm like, "Oh, we saw your show yesterday." And then they looked at her like, "Wait, you're going up?" And she was like, "Ari, this is not the one." I'm like, "No, it's not the one. You're right." Yeah.
You also have a sports podcast. Which sports are you most into?
research.
Any teams you follow?
Yeah, I follow the Yankees and I follow all the America's teams because I grew up in the town with no teams. So,
Cowboys fan?
Cowboys fans, exactly. Cowboys, Yankees.
You're a
and then-
Cowboys fan. Fuck yeah, Ari. From Dallas.
Are you?
Yeah.
He's wearing his Urban shirt right now, jersey.
Yeah.
Nice,
Rather.
bro.
Yeah, man.
Fucking nice.
Nice.
Irvin is probably one of the top. I mean, he's Hall of Fame for cokehead athletes.
Yeah.
I know.
I'd say.
I love that about it. He is Hall of Fame for cokehead athletes.
Yeah.
He's on my Mount Rushmore of
Yeah.
drug addicted
I agree.
athletes.
Targeted
I
athletes.
Yeah.
That's a fun Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, it is. That's 5 I'd like to party
Yeah.
with.
You need to put a pin in it.
Huh?
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, let's get
Yeah.
extremely personal and move on to what we call the Fast Five, where we give you 5 general questions and you answer as quickly as you can. All right. You're being sold as an action figure. What 2 accessories do you come with?
Condom and shovel.
Condom and shovel. That's good. All right. Who was your first celebrity crush?
Oh, I think that's Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan? You and everybody else.
mean-
Well, it was Tia Leone. Or
Ooh.
whoever that chick was from Wayne's World.
Tia Leone. Oh, yeah. What's her name? The chick from Wayne's World?
Tia Carrera.
Tia Carrera.
Carrera, yeah.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
hot.
Crucial Tom.
First Asian.
Probably one of the best fictional bands of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Worked out for her.
It did work out for her. All right. Favorite way to smoke weed?
But,
Butt.
proof it.
Proof
In
it?
the butt.
You just like shoving nugs up your ass?
Does that even work?
No.
You can't do that.
No, it's not
Suck
decarboxylized.
it in. I've seen Asian ladies, Thai ladies, smoke out of their butt. Or pussies, actually.
Ooh.
Like they take a puff.
Like cigarettes, though, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that could apply to weed. No reason why I can't.
Oh, so you're smoking it out of your butt. I thought you were just shoving it up there.
Exactly.
Ah.
Oh,
So
okay.
pre-rolls out the ass
See, now that's the
Yeah.
visual that we look for. here.
Yes.
That's great.
with a long straw.
Photoshop it. Yeah, that's right. One of those Cruella de Vil things.
Yeah.
All right. Favorite place to go to when you want to get off the grid?
Southeast Asia.
Nice.
Just for fucking away. No one knows anybody there.
No one knows anybody.
You
there.
go to the jungle or you go to the cities?
Go all over. It's the best place.
That's cool.
It's so foreign. Asia's so foreign. It's the greatest. But it's also different. Like shoes in my size, flip flops in my size in Cambodia once. In Phnom Penh, in their big city. And they're like, we don't have 11 and a half. You're not going to find that in this country.
They don't make them that big?
Yeah. They go, get its head, it'll stretch. I'm like, it's flip flops. That's not the part that stretches.
All right, here's a good one for a guy well-traveled. The food you won't eat under any circumstance.
I guess cottage cheese.
Cottage cheese.
Yeah. I've had dog, not on purpose, but
You've had dog. And dog
Yes,
didn't
it's
bother you near as much as cottage cheese.
oh, because dog I get choked out. You know what it was? Cottage cheese, I'll notice.
In its texture.
Yeah.
Dog could be masked as something else, but the texture of cottage cheese, you know you're eating cottage cheese.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, yeah.
I will eat like one spoonful of cottage cheese and be like, hey, this is pretty good. And then I'll eat my second spoonful of cottage cheese and be like, this is fucking gross.
I'm gonna die.
You're
Yeah,
doing it
this
wrong.
is
You,
just gross.
got to go Ruffles chips, cottage cheese full of pepper. It's the only way to eat it.
Mm,
Interesting.
I think you've
Why
had me
is it
try that
wrong?
before.
It's not bad.
It might be
Okay.
it might be
So
a way
why-
to suffer
why
through
force
it.
yourself?
Exactly.
Are you out of calories?
I'd rather do acid.
I'd rather do sapphire.
Yeah. Salvia.
What do I say? Sapphire?
You keep saying satvia or sativa. It's salvia.
Salvia.
Yeah. There's no
See?
You
T.
say whatever you want.
Ari, I was on your website earlier, and it really stood out to me how you have a whole page dedicated to comedians you should know. I haven't seen another comic do that. I just thought that was really cool.
Thanks. I got to update it because some of them people already know. They've
Those-
become bigger than me.
Who are you trying to do favors for here? They're already
Yeah, I looked at it the other day. Now it
Headliners.
seems like I'm trying to socially climb, but I was like, no, trust me. We're low level, and I put them up there. It's just years have passed. I just haven't done the work.
just the thought of it and the fact that you did it and that it's there. That's awesome. That's really, I hadn't seen anyone else do that, and that was really cool. That stood out to me. And everyone seems to have an Ari story. You are very much a comedian's comedian.
Yeah, I like to party. You know, I like to enjoy the space for ourselves.
You like to party. And on that note, we like to play a game on every episode, include our guests as well. Our Crunchtastic R&D department had no time to come up with anything for you, but still found a little way to come up with something fitting.
Yeah.
We are just going to throw out a drug, and you give us the best fitting comedian who would be most suited to join you for each experience, hypothetically, of course. But show your work.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
First one, 1,500 milligram edibles.
Joey Diaz.
Joey Diaz.
He- That's breakfast for Joey.
Yeah, it's
Exactly. Dude, I took I was at his place, I took a 25 milligram edible, which was at the time more than I normally do. But I was like, fuck it, I'm here with Joey, we're going to do a podcast. Let's just go. And then I noticed, someone just nagged at me, and I noticed, I was like, wait. And it's like 20 minutes later, I'm looking at this label, and I'm like, it's not crooked. And then I like went to it, I peeled, and it's like, it's a sticker. And I peeled it back and it said 1,000.
Oh, he got you.
He got me. He got me.
I don't know how he does that much. Like, my tolerance is crazy for that. I could take 200 and be fine and, feel all right, just sleep better that night. But 1,500, 1,000, like that's inhuman.
I'm in the industry, Ari. I work in the industry here in Arizona, the cannabis industry, and I've done 2,000 milligram brownies, for Fun's Keys, because that's something that we made. And the worst thing about it is the dehydration. It doesn't make you any more fucked up than like a 200 milligram edible.
At a certain amount.
Yeah, it just lasts forever, and you wake up with the worst bird tongue you've ever had in your mouth, and you just spit in cotton balls.
Also, what sucks is you go to sleep and then don't remember that you took it.
That's the worst.
Yeah, and you're like,
You
oh
wake
no,
up,
I'm sick.
No idea why you're groggy.
Trace your steps or why you feel like shit. All right, Joey Diaz for the edibles. How about shrooms? Who's best suited?
Maybe Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan. Good call. All right,
Yeah.
we need an upper. Let's go with Schneef.
Duncan. Actually, Duncan Trussell probably the shrooms.
Ooh.
Change my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then, do you guys talk about deep shit, or you just like stare at the wall together?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we did him at UFC once. Me and Duncan did it at UFC. That was fun.
Ooh.
What's the upper?
Cocaine.
Oh, who do I do cocaine with? Damn. I really hate cocaine. I guess just who's the hottest female comic?
Here you go.
That's what you're supposed to do. Yeah.
Just
Nikki or Natasha?
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Maybe one of those.
I mean, up for debate,
Yeah.
but my personal opinion.
Yeah, I like that.
All right.
Yeah.
How about Molly?
Bert Kreischer. I've done it with him before, and it's been a blast.
He would be fun to Molly.
didn't you dose him?
He was a lot of fun. Yeah, I guess I made him do it, but it was such a fun
Attaboy.
time, dude. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, last one, ayahuasca. Who's doing a deep dive with you?
That's not one you do with anybody.
That's a solo drip. Okay, a solo experience.
Even when I was doing it, when I did it in the jungle, they were real clear, like, hey, you're on this side of the fire, stay there. You're on this side of the fire, stay there. You're on separate trips. Don't talk to each other. Don't reference each other. Whatever you hear, it's got nothing to do with you.
Ooh, that's cool. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, so it really is a solo thing. It's not like a party drug.
Not a part. Yeah. See. Okay. Well, that makes sense. And the deeper you go, the more like introverted you become, and that totally makes sense. You're doing something that intense. It's not something you do socially. And who likes explosive diarrhea with company
in public?
Yeah. Well, right.
No, thank you for doing that, Ari. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Don't forget to check out Ari's latest special, Jew, on YouTube. It's a must-watch. You can stay well-informed on everything he's up to at arishafir.com and follow him on IG at Ari Shaffir. Ari will be at Tempe Improv on Thursday, December 14th through Saturday the 16th, and the Rialto Theater in Tucson on Sunday the 17th. Tickets are available at arishafir.com, but going fast. Ari, it was a sincere pleasure. Please let us know if you need anything while you're in town. We look forward to seeing you at the show.
All right, nice. Thanks. I'll meet you guys there.
Yeah, sounds good. If you have time to burn one after, like Tyler said, he works in the industry. He's got that white glove, top shelf shit.
Oh, yeah.
All right, for sure. Let's do it. I have time.
All right, man. Good luck in New York. Appreciate it. Thank you for the time.
See you, Ari. Thanks so much.
All right, talk soon.
What a guy.
Such a cool dude.
That was fun. Seemed like cousin Ari that we haven't seen in like 5 years.
A trip with Ari Shaffir.
All we did was talk drugs.
That's all we talked about.
That's all we talked about.
You know, we could have talked about other things.
That's all he talks about, though. Every time you see him on something, he's talking about or doing something.
That Slatvia story. Slotvenia. What's it called? Salvia?
Slovenia.
There's no T.
There's no T.
That's what I always got to
Mr. No T, bro.
Mr.
Remember.
No T. Salvia.
Salvia.
Yeah. Salvia.
Yeah. You got it.
What did happen to salvia? Do you think it became illegal because they know
Fuck yeah.
how hard you can
The
fucking
first
trip
time
for
somebody
60
was
seconds?
like, all right, let me like take this for a little spin down the block, and they wrecked it into a house. You know, that was it.
And the
That was
judicials
that.
got involved and said, we're not having it.
I'm sure you can find it on.
I just thought it was like frowned upon.
Yeah, no.
It's
And it's
not.
not even like the synthetic weed, because that's different.
That is different.
It looks like weed. It tastes like weed.
No, this is more akin to like bath salts.
Yeah, like the flower of bath salts.
The flower of bath salts.
Yep.
If Arizona had a state flower,
It'd be salvia.
if Tucson,
27th Avenue and Indian Schools. Official flower, the salvia.
oh, I know what I wanted to tell you. New dream car giveaway over at 8080. In addition to the 15% you get off for using code CRUNCHY, every dollar you spend gets you entered in for a chance to win a brand new twin turbo R8 plus $60,000 in cash. You do not want to miss out. Nor do you want to forget to check out SomethingCrunchy.com, where you'll find every episode or links for social media, and the Almighty Crunch Store, where you'll find all kinds of crunchy gear showing that you are a proud citizen of Crunch Nation. Join us every Friday night at 10 o'clock on 97.3 The Rattler, or find us wherever you get your podcast. This has been another episode of Something Crunchy, and as always, don't ever forget to live your crunchiest life.
And be crunchy to one another.
Please don't forget to subscribe, like, follow, and all that crunchy good shit. All episodes can be found at somethingcrunchy.com and on all podcast platforms. Thank you for listening.
Ooh.
We're
Like hoovering.
They're just kind of hoovering. What's happening?
Whoa. That sounded like somebody moved a giant rock in a stream and it created the waterfall. And then instead of water falling, there was a burp. Like it sounded like the rock that needed to get out of the way to produce the waterfall.
Oh.
Why is it so rocky? Why does it sound like two rocks rubbing against each other? Look at him, he's fine.
You just don't want to mix like fish and cream.
I mean, it's pretty good advice.